limbs off of that big stump are laying at the side of the house. And there are also limbs all over the backyard. There's trash in the backyard. There's weeds. There's everything back there. It's all gonna be cleaned up.
Needs light bulbs.
Well, it's something more than just a light bulb, because it's flickering like that. It's probably the ballast has got to be replaced also.
Okay.
Although I'm not sure what it is, but.
Well, it needs to be opened up. Right.
And the sink, they've used scratchers and they've scratched all of the enamel off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the sink has either got to be re-enameled like a bathtub, or it's got to come out and we got to put a new sink in there.
So the time and labor to resurface it is probably worth it to just get a new sink.
Could be.
Okay. And the painting will take care of all that scratches.
Yeah, the painting will take care of that. These rings on the top of the stove have all got to be replaced. Those aren't very expensive, but someone's got to go get them and put them on. This crack here, he was going to kind of grind that out and put in a white filler, and so that it would do away with, so the crack won't show.
Kind of caulking, yeah.
Right, a white caulking. And see here.
Oh yeah. Oh, what was the hinge you were talking about?
This door's got to close by itself.
Which one?
This door.
Oh, this door's.
And so we got to replace the hinges with spring-loaded hinges.
So we're just gonna remove this light and put a simple light fixture?
No. He's going to shorten it up so that it only has to come up about this far, so that the blades miss the door. And there's a little hanger up there. He's going to take that out and he's going to move it clear up to the ceiling.
Okay. Okay.
This door's got to go. This screen door is just it's a nuisance. It's ugly. This is going to have to go. We're not going to replace it. We're just going to take it off.
Okay.
Vertical blinds. It's broken up here, so you can't open and close them.
It's not operating.
So I was just going to remove these and throw them away and let the tenants put up their own curtains.
Because the vane they're gonna keep yanking on the vanes and it'll break anyways.
Right.
Because it won't open.
So it's broken right here, and you see when you twist it, it doesn't open and close.
Okay.
They've taken the doors off of that cabinet and taken the shelves out for some reason. We got to put it all back together. And the microwave is apparently a bad one because they got a new one up there, so therefore
that needs to be tossed.
we have to get rid of that haul it away, that old microwave.
Okay.
And let's see what else was. Oh, this is not wired. This garbage disposal is not wired. There's no switch to turn it on.
Okay.
So it's probably full of food.
Oh. So they probably need a new disposal?
No,
or?
you just need to wire it
Okay.
and put a switch in. So the handyman was going to do that. He was going to wire it and put a switch in underneath it here, so you just reach down here and turn it on.
Okay. And the floor is okay here?
The floor is okay, yeah.
That's a trip hazard.
These are just, well,
if somebody falls.
All underneath this floor, because of the fact it was those peel and stick tiles.
Mm-hmm.
They've all come loose. They're loose. This is the only one that's poking up, but they've all come loose, and it means that the floor is going to be rotting, and what's underneath of there is all got to be replaced.
And it's going to damage the subfloor.
It'll damage the subfloor.
They keep mopping it with wet mop, right?
That's right.
So it needs a new floor.
Needs a new floor.
Okay.
Cable hanging all over the place, and so the idea here is, like over here, he's just going to wrap all those up and put a piece of tape around them and lay them right at the exit from the wall, so that they're not strung all over. And almost every room's got this.
Wow.
And the owner told us that he wants these toilets replaced
Oh, good.
because he says that they don't flush right.
Yeah, it'll
And so-
flood the house.
And so that was part of the
Both of them?
handyman's work, is to replace the toilets. There's 2 of them in the house that needs
So
to be
there's
replaced.
2 here and 1 over there. Just this one or these
No,
2?
there's 2 that are like this. One of them you don't have to replace.
Okay.
There's 3 bathrooms, but one of them you don't have to replace.
This one's up. This one's similar, right? So this one.
Yeah, this is
too.
another one that needs to be
Okay.
replaced, yes. These side mirrors were added. He's gonna take those off because you can't do with them what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be able to get here and look at yourself on all the way around. This one you can't because it hits the wall, so he's gonna take these side mirrors off and just leave this.
It's safer without it flapping around.
Right. One of these rooms, the handles are broken. He's got to probably replace the faucet in one of these. I don't remember which one it was, but one of them's broken.
Oh,
See how
here's
the
the TV
cable's wrapped
cables.
around there?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not safe
Get
in a
rid of
bedroom. That's too fragile to be in a bedroom.
He's got to get two lights. He's got to get new covered plates for the lights. 2 of them, they took the plates with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll either buy new fixtures or just new plates, one of the 2.
Mm-hmm. A new fixture is like $10-15, yeah?
They're not very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the other one.
Yeah.
Fence guy was going to fix the gate.
It's not safe if it doesn't lock.
I know,
It needs shaving or something, right?
I know, yeah,
Because the public can get in.
right. So anyway, the fence guy included that in the price of his fence, was he was going to fix that gate.
Right. So all the shrub
And
touching and scraping the walls need to be trimmed.
that's right, all these trees need to be trimmed, and that's in the roofers.
Because as
He's
the
gonna-
branch get bigger, it'll push against the wall and
He's
scrape
going
the
to,
paint.
he's going to trim all the trees and take out all this wood, all this debris in the yard. He's going to take all that out. And if you see the gutter is falling off the house right there,
Yeah,
and it's already fallen off the house over at the side,
right.
and the downspout is broken, and it's because it's just cheap stuff. This downspout is already broken open.
Right. It's all like this, not attached.
Right. Hello? Yes.
Yeah, all
Yes,
these
that's what I said.
branches. It's hitting the house. It needs to be trimmed.
Did you clear this with the center button before
See,
you
that
tried to
branch
put
is
in
getting bigger. It's going to be pushing
before
up
you put it
against the
in.
house. Like this one is already pushing the structure of the house. That's not good for the house.
The one on
Eventually,
the
it's
front
going to shift the foundation structure out of place.
door. Oh, excuse me, no, it's on the railing. It's a mechanical, it's on the railing. I've got several of those boxes out in different places. Is it a turn the dial, or is it a push button? All over the exterior, the paint is peeling off of the wood. The wood is exposed to the sun and to the rain, and it'll start rotting.
It start rotting and bring termites,
And that's right.
and that whole structure is going to start falling apart.
And it's so dirty. The white is so dirty, and
And the caulking is not around the window. So there's water intrusion, probably.
right.
Eventually, the window frame's gonna rot too.
It needs to be painted.
And there's no gutters here.
That's because they've fallen off. They're laying on the ground back here.
Okay. And that's disconnected.
Yeah, the gutter's gone. It's right there.
All that sheathing is that the white part is exposed on the roof?
Yeah, that's a piece of molding that directed the water so it would go into the gutter, but it all came down. Most of it came down with the gutter.
Yeah. So the rain pour needs to be directed away from the foundation and structure of the house.
Yeah, the downspout is there, but it's of no use.
And something was blocked here.
Oh, well, that goes into the garage. It's okay. That was a blocked vent, but it's into the garage, so it's okay.
But
doesn't
it
need-
should be open, right?
It doesn't have to
For
be.
ventilation.
I thought it was going underneath the house. That one goes underneath the house. This one goes into the garage.
Okay. And that meter's okay?
Meter's okay. It's mold, mildew.
All that?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that like
But-
health issues?
Well, outdoors is no big issue, but this was the fence that was going to be replaced. That was the quote we got from the fence company to replace this fence.
So this neighbor would pay for this part.
Presumably that neighbor will pay for half of it.
Right, so they need to knock on the door or if they have their information.
But there was no agreement with that neighbor to share the cost, so we were just gonna leave this fence
So
alone.
this dirt means the paint is all eaten up, not protecting the structure
That's
of the
right,
house.
that's right.
So it needs a new coat of paint.
That's why we got a quote for paint.
So there's no estimate for this fence
No.
in the back?
No.
It's already fell off,
Yeah,
the
it's
top
already
part.
fallen off.
Mm,
Somebody can come over there and put a piece of wood in or something in there, but
right.
it should be replaced.
Trees are overgrown, encroaching on the neighbor's property. Wouldn't all that need to be trimmed? It's gonna be pushing up against their house there too. Look, that's going for the window. The neighbor's window.
We got all this trash up here that has to be taken out. It's gotta be hauled away.
That fig tree is so huge. It doesn't really have that much fruit. Yeah, see, the branches are already hitting the neighbor's window, Phil. That branch needs to be snipped.
And the cobwebs are a deterrent for anyone wanting to lease the house. And so when it's repainted, then the cobwebs will be gone. And to not paint the outside is a mistake.
So if the tenant was here 10 years ago,
They were here for 10 years apparently.
that means the house hasn't been
Hasn't had anything done. for 10
anything
years.
done in 10 years. So all this will be cleaned up, right? If
If we paint the outside, yes.
Do you think all the drapery and rods should be removed?
Well, the
It's
drapes, yes,
cleaner.
the rods,
Probably the dust and everything.
the
Like
tenants,
this one has the rod, but no.
the tenants will probably put
no
new
drapes.
curtains up.
But if there's no rod, they won't get any.
Yeah, that's okay. If
Curtains.
the tenant doesn't like them, the tenants can take them down.
Okay.
It needs a cover for that light.
The heater hasn't been tested?
No,
Okay.
because the pilot light's apparently out.
The pilot light's out. So there's just heater, right? Not AC. Is that an alarm or carbon monoxide?
Carbon monoxide.
What is that control?
This is the thermostat for
Oh,
that.
wow.
We tried it and it doesn't work.
The thermostat doesn't work.
Well, something doesn't work. We think.
The carpet just needs to be cleaned.
Yeah, carpet cleaned. The carpet is way too dirty to turn it over to a new tenant.
For 10 years. Any sounds?
Don't hear anything, but give it a minute to see. I don't even know where the furnace is at in this house. Maybe it's in the garage.
Well, here's one, right?
That's just the heat duct, yeah.
Yeah. So it should be in the garage. I hear noise. Something's on.
Yeah, the furnace is heating up and it'll start blowing pretty soon.
And everything's strapped properly?
No, it's not strapped properly.
Double strap.
Yeah, but these straps are not authorized straps. And it's supposed to be strapped around just the hot water heater to the wall, but it isn't strapped all the way around the furnace to the wall. But it'll pass because we're not selling the house.
Okay.
We have, as you can see, there's water on the floor, and it was like that when first time we came in. It's still here. It's evaporating slowly, but it's still more water
Is it
coming all
coming
the
from
time.
the wall?
It's coming from the wall.
Oh no.
We don't know where exactly the leak is, but the wall's gonna have to be opened and we'll have to see where the
They
leak is.
should open up the drywall, right?
Well, yeah, because we gotta find out where the leak is coming from.
Before something big happens.
Yeah, before you have a wall that's collapsing.
Yeah. If
This
the
is
pipe's ready to bust, it's better
This is
to
a
open it
mystery.
now and fix it.
This is a mystery. It's a winch for something, but we don't know what's supposed to be at the other end of it, because at the other end of this cable is the in-law unit.
Huh.
And so we don't know what this goes to. We're not gonna do anything with it, but we don't know what it's for.
I see.
Got dirty marks on it that's not gonna come off. This, they've been.
So there's
damaged.
cold air coming out of it, right?
That's right. There's nothing you can do about that. And for a $3,700 a month house, this refrigerator's gotta go. And so we can take it out and put it in the garage and let the people put their own refrigerator in there.
But
And if
it's
they-
gotta be hauled away from the property.
Well, they could use it for a beer in the
But-
garage.
What, buy a new airstrip?
No. That's just,
But there's air coming out of here.
I know there is.
Okay. Like a spare fridge in the,
Maybe we should just talk about just getting rid of it, period, instead of putting it in the garage.
yeah, 'cause